Um, Continuation on this is I believe I found a lady at the very end of my life over there by Garfield Sheriff's Department. I believe her name's Jill. I saw her once over there to clean oleander and something else for Rogers when it was years ago, but it was when I was moving around to get situated, get after a discovery of a breakup from my Russian wife named Lilia Rovisina Volkolchek, under 12217480 of the UMCJ and Department of Justice 1145 8 and 9. I relinquish any other information on that, and she's protected and guarded by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Government, the PTCIS of UN Sanctions 317845. Any of my videos are also protected by an Apex Summit of 1991 and 2000 for the summit of the APZAR or UN 45602 of Abrat. It's a media 217502Z. Granted by an 45A2 of a military inspector is in NCIC 416R2, JEDIFA, which is JTTEZE 104 PCRFM, means that there's studied during the time of the war, the fall of Berlin, and this Holligan. A transfer of information through electromagnetic reading of atmospherical conditions directing a path of an unknown whereabouts to a misdemeanor. No, it's a meridian, 2175-602, but a misdemeanor or misdemeanor means that you are using a caliper, drawing information from an unknown source and committing a rigging. A rigging means you're going against its word. It means that those laws were genuinely designed to say Painting, and Painting was Peck, and Peck was its order, and that was its fall out of its ladder, and it was the same as what it was, it will be, and that's what you get, or you get nothing else. But kind of means something that will happen to you. It's a set sanction, and your sanction is that they're governed by laws of interfeed of the society, protecting you from a girdle or a guard of a black maid, a girdle, such as like the cradle, filth, 7145 of UCMCJDVAR, which brought down Fort Berg, California, a military base of the Army. Around the time the Zodiac or Zodifer was taking control of the Bay Area, 4172 of Daly and Palo Alto, it was Burndingo was its code, as in a 4572 of a Halen, of having an exact longitude and latitude of a mass murder place in L.A., but having the same sanctions in the Bay Area of a 4110. FBI 2180 was established during the mortgage rapes where missing persons coming up throughout the country without being seen on film or caught with a vervetta. A vervetta means a way out. A Vatican, a vervetta, it's a disposal or a transport, a way of removing yourself from a situation that you're caught on tape. They've had us in the States since around 1991, finished by the gang of the UCVAR and its military of the NSAAA, ran by Michael Hayden, Mueller, and a John Michael Smith. And Trent Smith, I believe, is located as its number 1 or 2 vector of a person seen across the United States in a massive amount of UDVIS of unknown whereabouts during a time of a nuketin. And a nuketin means a transponding period or a pause. So pause upon your skin or its direction. I'm unaware of how it really works when I think about it deeply, but I know that every one of us probably came across an example that has made them wonder how somebody could move that quick or change their face. And I had described it to myself. They came out Mission Impossible. They came out Mask, and was a Face Off. I believe all those have some characteristics, and Ultra, meaning that, you know, people are able to do some things I can't figure out. Now, is that any protection towards me? Well, let's hope I found it this time, because I know there's a lot of times that I've gotten involved in stuff, and in my heart, I've always been TRVIE, GTIA. Always. But, what can you do? You can't run once you're here. They lost those fast. I'm going to leave it alone with that. I'm going sideways, but I'm just going to let you know, and to the UN and the federal government, if she's the one, she came up over there at the end, and she showed up again here today and calmed things down. I'm leaving this all alone the first break I get, and I want to give you warning to Vatican and to CTIMOR that I emailed. I have a VA loan, and I made some texts. It's supposed to be my house. It was infiltrated by a group of people that I know that are changing. Their RTDDIS is different to the matching capability that you can see that there's some obvious differences. And I believe there was another attack upon me to where it would create a hurricane, as in Florida, to where they were recording the information, taking pictures, so then they could turn around and put pressure on the other side's behalf of the person that owns his home, which would put me again, for the fourth time after being involved with the Federal Bureau, CIA, Pentagon, and the Congress and Senate, and the UN and NATO and Interpol, of being evicted again. I was never evicted because I never received the paperwork as in judgment to go to court, but I've been asked to move without reestablishing a lease everywhere I've been since I've been in Sacramento, from Emerald to Garfield to here. And if that happens again here, that would be their mechanisms to control keeping me and my woman together. And it's a rumor at this point in time. We just moved in, but I know that I just got done putting all this house together, and what a coincidence that would be to put it all together and they get pushed around until I have to go ahead as a renegade or something. This doesn't make that much sense. Other than I'm being honest, I'm gonna leave it alone to those of you, federal and all states and UN. I'm looking for a break. May I not be judged, and may I contribute to something that was good. 27 ATEZAR, may anonymous lawyers or a Brick Lane representing in all this. 42 UNVGIS, USMCR, 10RDS11, and UBVIA, NTATAVAR 5042, and 560DVIA. If you look those up in SAC Vermont, SAC FKVAR 26085808, .2043172. AB and RNC is in right 20461 8 and 5. Those should protect me, and maybe by whatever military that has watched me and agreed with whatever thought process I have, may establish credibility and protect me to where I don't have another interruption, and I may find the happiness I need and the love in my heart before whatever other stage of letting go of I gotta go. Play this, Sosa.